Hello students, welcome. I am Jyoti Rajput and today we are going to talk about a new topic that is patterns of biodiversity. Whenever we study about the pattern of biodiversity, there are two types, latitudinal and altitudinal gradient, and the second one is the species area relationship. So first we will talk about the latitudinal and altitudinal gradient. So whenever we talk about any region, it may be semi-arid region or aquatic habitat, they do show latitudinal and altitudinal gradient. So first we will talk about the latitudinal gradient. Here, ecological study says that tells us that the distribution of diversity is not uniform around the globe. So कोई कोई regions हैं जहाँ पर आपको ज़्यादा diversity नजर आएगी. There are some of the regions where the low diversity it is present. Species richness जो है, here it exhibit latitudinal gradient for many plants and animals. It is observed that here we talk about the latitude which is towards the equator. This is the lower latitude. And as we go towards the upward direction, that is towards the North Pole, these are the higher latitudes. So in the lower latitudes, they always have richness of the species. And as we move towards the poles, the species richness, it do reduces. So here, whenever we talk about the Earth, the region towards the equator, this region is called as tropical region. And here the next is the temperate region and next comes the polar region. So when we talk about these regions, there is stability of the climatic changes. There is less climatic changes seen in the tropical region. And tropical region is the place where there is plenty of sunlight available, due to which there is speciation seen. Speciation means there is the formation of the new species. So tropical areas, they have a less disturbance, like the glaciation. It is not present. Glaciation, it is always observed towards the northern pole. So such type of stability in the tropical region, it gave rise to the number of new species formation, that is called as speciation. And because of the tropical region, there is a more stability present, less migration it is seen, as there is huge plenty of sunlight available in the tropical region, more resources are available, less disturbance is present, so the animals do enjoy to live in the tropical area, so less migration it is seen in the tropical region. And there is less gene flow also present, as the animals they do not migrate, so gene flow is also reduced, so it helps to favor the speciation. In the tropical region, there is sunlight, there is warmer temperature, and there is a higher annual rainfall present. So due to these reasons, here the animals they do enjoy this type of climatic condition. When we talk about the animals like the frugivorous animals which are dependent on fruits, the fruits they are available throughout the year in the rainforest region. So here, as comparatively, the tropical region it is going to be more stable as compared to the temperate region. So in short, species richness or species diversity of plants and animals, it decreases as we move towards the North Pole or the South Pole. Here we can take an example of the Amazon rainforest, which is having a maximum in the tropical rainforest. So here there are huge number of species of plants, birds, mammals, and number of species are present. Next, we will talk about the altitudinal gradient, pattern of diversity. Here it speaks about the height from the mean sea level upwards. So here the species diversity it is always high at the lower altitude than at the higher altitude. So here when we talk about the altitudinal gradient, always number of diversity species richness is always seen towards the lower condition. And it is seen that because of the higher altitudinal, there are more drastic climatic changes seen in the top region, in the higher altitudinal region. There is more seasonal variation seen in the higher altitudinal region, due to which there is less number of species seen in the higher altitudinal region and more number of species they are always present in the lower altitudinal region. Now we will talk about the species area relationship. Scientists they have tried to establish a relationship between the species diversity and the size of the habitat. मतलब कि अगर छोटा एरिया होगा तो लेस नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज डाइवर्सिटी इज गोइंग टू बी देयर, और अगर ज्यादा बड़ा एरिया होगा, लार्जर द हैबिtat, मोर द नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज डाइवर्सिटी इट इज गोइंग टू बी प्रेजेंट. So it is considered the number of species, it is directly proportional to the area. More the area, more the species diversity, less the area, less the species diversity. So it is understood that larger अगर area है तो ज़्यादा resources present होंगे, तो ज़्यादा diversity के species भी present होंगे. So now we will talk about a German naturalist, Alexander von Humboldt, who observed that species richness does increases with increasing area, but up to a certain limit. अगर एरिया इंक्रीज होता है तो स्पीसीज रिचनेस भी इंक्रीज होगी, बट अप टू अ सर्टेन लिमिट ही ऐसा देखने को मिलेगा, क्योंकि एनवायरनमेंट में जो है जे शेप कर्व नहीं होता. दैट इज वाई अगर एरिया इंक्रीज होता है तो स्पीसीज रिचनेस हमेशा इंक्रीज होगा, ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. सो हियर वी विल टेक एन एरिया, सपोज ये कोई एरिया ए है, okay, and we are going to study area A, and we have explored the area A. एंड यहाँ पर एरिया ए में जो है सपोज हम मान लेते हैं कि नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज जो है, यहाँ पर नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज जो मिलेंगे, सपोज दैट नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज इज 20, सपोज इट इज 20. फिर हमने उससे भी बड़ा एरिया लिया, एरिया बी, और हमको अगेन न्यू स्पीसीज जो मिले हैं, सपोज द न्यू स्पीसीज विच आर फाउंड दे आर 40. And now we are going to study more larger area, that is area C, where here the number of species which we have found is number of new species are found is 48. तो इसका मतलब है जैसा एरिया इंक्रीज हो रहा है, नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज स्टार्टिंग में तो इंक्रीज होंगे, लेकिन बाद में नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज इट इज गोइंग टू रिड्यूस. मतलब कि द नंबर ऑफ एरिया एज इट increases, the number of species also increases in the initial time, but later it doesn't. Number of species doesn't increases. So here इसी को जो है हम ग्राफ में स्टडी करेंगे. So here we have the area in the x line, and here this is the y axis where we have taken the species richness. तो ये जो ग्राफ है, एज द एरिया इंक्रीजेस स्पीसीज रिचनेस ऑल्सो इंक्रीजेस, जिसके वजह से एक रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला ग्राफ देखने को मिलता है. यही ग्राफ रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला ग्राफ जो है, इट गिव राइज टू अ मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशन, दैट इज एस इज इक्वल टू सी ए रेज टू जेड. यहाँ पर जब हम हाइपरबोला रेक्टेंगुलर हाइपरबोला ग्राफ को स्टडी करते हैं तो जो भी कंक्लूजन्स हैं वो ज़्यादा कंफ्यूजिंग होते हैं. सो हियर एज एरिया स्टार्ट्स, एज एरिया इंक्रीजेस स्पीसीज रिचनेस भी इंक्रीज होती है, लेकिन यहाँ पर जो है जैसे ही एरिया इंक्रीज हो रहा है तो नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज कितने इंक्रीज हो रहे हैं वो पता नहीं चल रहा है. इसीलिए वी विल यूज द लॉगरिथम, we will use the log so that we can clearly know the exact conclusion. So यहाँ पर हम लेंगे log s, इस इक्वेशन के लिए we will add the logarithm log s log c, here raised to z है तो वो सामने आ जाएगा z, and then log a. Here log s जो है that is species richness, log c it is intercept of y axis, z जो है that is called as regression coefficient, and log a it is called as area. आगे हम बात करेंगे रिग्रेशन कोएफिशिएंट के बारे में. रिग्रेशन का मतलब होता है हिंदी में कि डिक्लाइन होना. हियर कभी भी जब हम एक कोई एरिया लेते हैं, सपोज छोटा एरिया लेते हैं, रिग्रेशन कोएफिशिएंट जो है स्मॉलर रीजन का यूजुअली आपको नजर आता है दैट इट इज गोइंग टू बी 0.1 टू 0.2. लेकिन अगर हम कोई लार्जर एरिया को स्टडी करते हैं, जैसे कि कोई कॉन्टिनेंट के बारे में हम स्टडी करें, तो लार्जर एरिया का रिग्रेशन कोएफिशिएंट जो है इट इज गोइंग टू बी 0.6 टू 1.2. तो जब हमने एरिया ए लिया था, नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज मिले थे 20, फिर एरिया बी लिया, नंबर ऑफ स्पीसीज मिले 40, फिर हमने एरिया सी लिया वेयर द नंबर ऑफ न्यू स्पीसीज व्हिच वाज फॉर्म वाज 48. तो ये जो है ये आपको रिग्रेशन होते हुए नजर आएगा. हम क्या एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं, पहले 20 फिर 40 फिर ज्यादा होना चाहिए 60, उससे भी ज्यादा होना चाहिए, राइट. तो मतलब डबल होना चाहिए, लेकिन वो डबल नहीं हो रहा है, आगे जाके वो रिड्यूस ही हो रहा है. सो इट इज कॉल्ड अ रिग्रेशन. तो रिग्रेशन वैल्यू जो है वो हमेशा हमेशा इंक्रीज होती चली जाएगी. रिग्रेशन का मतलब है कम, लेकिन एज वी स्टडी मोर एंड मोर लार्जर एरिया, जो रिग्रेशन वैल्यू है वो हमेशा इंक्रीज होती चली जाएगी. So this is how we have observed the graph for species area relationship. For many species, the curve it is always a rectangular hyperbola curve. So we consider S to be species richness, A to be area, C as y-intercept, and Z it is the slope of the line. This relationship it is described by the equation. So this is how the equation it is seen when we use the logarithm. So जब भी हम log use करते हैं, so here you can see a linear shape graph it is observed. So linear shape से हमें conclusion ज़्यादा clearly पता चल जाते हैं. अगर this is the area, so this is species richness. अगर ये area है increase किया जाता है तो this is the species richness. और अगर increase कर दिया जाता है और area तो और clearly पता चल जाता है कि which exactly the how much number of species richness it is seen. So in a logarithmic scale, this relationship is a straight line as observed in the figure. So for smaller area, the regression coefficient, it is going to be 0.1 to 0.2. But for the larger area, like the entire continent, slopes are going to be closer to the vertical axis. So observation जो indicate करते हैं that in very large area, number of species found increase faster than the area explored. So this is how this pattern of diversity explained. So this is how the video ends, and thank you very much.